Hey there, friends. This is David Paulides, and you are watching another edition of Unsolved Void. We're here to dive deep into the darkness, to examine the cases that defy explanation, the ones where people simply vanish. And yes, if you hear some ruckus in the background, that's Huck, our executive producer, the big boss around here, keeping us all on our toes. She's a creature of habit, and frankly, some of the things we discuss tend to make her bark at shadows. Tonight, I've got 3 truly intriguing missing person cases for you, tied together by those chilling threads we keep pulling in the world of Missing 411. These stories challenge everything we think we know about the safety of our wilderness. You all know we've got a documentary coming, Missing 411, the UFO Connection. The interest has been absolutely unbelievable. Our event for the premiere, we sold out instantly, doubling the size, and still selling out a month early. I'm truly humbled and appreciative of all the support, because this work matters. It's about recognizing the truth of the unknown, and it's about recognizing the struggle of those who are left behind. And on a related note, I want to reiterate something crucial: mental health. Whatever I can do to help shine a light on this crisis, I will. Remember NAMI, N-A-M-I, a totally free organization. Be sensitive. Get educated. Because as we navigate these mysteries, we must remember that the greatest struggles often happen right here on Earth within the human mind. Now, let's step into the void. Our first story comes from a long-time listener, a first-time writer, recalling a brisk, clear night in Monmouth, Maine. He, his wife, and in-laws all out on a floating dock, far from the light pollution of any big city. I ask you, friends, in your long life, how many hours have you spent on your back just staring at the space above? In that tiny fraction of time, around 10 p.m., they saw something truly fantastical. 2 objects appeared quickly, wickedly fast, from the southwest. These were glowing, spearish white lights. They were not blinking. They were not standard aircraft. They were moving with a silent, unnatural speed. They watched for about 10 seconds. Then, the object in the rear suddenly, violently shot forward at almost 10 times its speed to pull side by side with the leader. This isn't inertia. This isn't physics as we know it. This is advanced technology that makes our fastest jets look like children's toys. The moment was terrifying in its unnatural speed. And then, in almost a split-second blink, they both just vanished. Totally gone. There was no trailing light, no deceleration, just an instantaneous removal from existence. The witness, an engineer from Lockheed, knew better than to dismiss it as a satellite. The craft, or whatever it was, made impossible maneuvers and an impossible departure. Why do these craft carry lights at all? I've always theorized they put them there to make us think, oh, that's just a jet. It's a subtle, brilliant form of camouflage to hide something truly profound. Next, we go to December 2008, Green Bay, Wisconsin. It was extremely, extremely cold. The kind of cold that bites. Driving toward Black Creek, the witness sees a large, vibrant red light appear in the sky, like a switch was flipped on a cosmic scale. Then 2 more appeared, then 2 more. 5 bright red lights, evenly spaced in a perfect straight line. He pulls over, recognizing this was no ordinary sight. The center light begins to rise. A second later, the lights on either side rise too. Now he's looking at 5 lights forming an upside-down V. The movement was fluid, in unison, as if they were attached to some unseen, gigantic structure that was tilting in the bitter cold air. It sounds exactly like the formations reported during the Phoenix Lights phenomenon. Now, let's tie this to the Earth. Remember the theory, piezoelectricity and dimensional rifts. Is it possible that the combination of intense weather and geology creates a window into another space? The story of the father and friend in the Sandia Mountains thick with granite during a lightning storm is chilling evidence. They heard a loud grinding noise and saw a pitch-black square opening in the stone. It was as large as the side of a barn, had perfectly straight lines, and then it simply shut. This suggests that the same geological stress that generates electric fields might create a temporary dimensional rift. This convergence, UAPs exhibiting impossible physics and geological anomalies opening up, leads us directly to our missing person cases. Let's look at a recent case first. Jeff Stombaugh, 63, September 30th of this year, 2022, in Arizona. An avid outdoorsman, in good shape, he parked his car at the Mate trailhead in the Granite Mountain Wilderness area. The search was massive and incessant. Drones, helicopters, canines, 100 ground pounders. They worked the area, and they found nothing. It is the signature of a competent person disappearing off a known trail in an area thick with that disturbing element, granite. Now, let's examine a historical case that screams of a non-natural crushing force. Bert Aldridge, 62, a bear hunter, missing, August 21st, 1937, near Linville, North Carolina. Bert was the optimum outdoorsman. He never, ever went into the woods without his firearms. Yet, they were all in his house. His son found him a half-mile down a trail, 8 feet down an embankment. The coroner's report is what sends chills down your spine. Ribs and 7 vertebrae broken, collarbone torn from the breastbone, no external bruising, just a massive blunt force injury. The coroner admitted no man he knows of could walk any distance with those type of injuries, and they were not caused by the fall down the hillside. They called it a mystery death. And for a similar case of a crushed chest, the official explanation eventually settled on a ludicrous one: a bear attack. I ask you, what kind of bear attack leaves 0 external bruising while tearing a collarbone from the sternum? This wasn't a bear, this wasn't a fall, this was an instantaneous, high-pressure, compressive force applied to the chest. Was Bert Aldridge caught at the nexus of a dimensional rift? A brief point of immense focused pressure, the same energy that might power the UAPs or allow an individual to simply vanish? The evidence demands we look outside the box. And finally, the ultimate vanishing act. Warren Meyer, 57, Dom Dom Saddle, Victoria, Australia, 2008. Experienced, planned a short hike, and told everyone his return time. He parked his car at the trailhead. His family insisted he would not go off trail. He was in a small, confined, searchable area. Yet, a massive 8-day, multi-jurisdictional search found nothing. Not a boot, not a piece of gear, not a single scrap of evidence. If he was murdered and buried, the dogs would have found him. If he was injured and died, the heat sensors would have spotted him. Warren Meyer, like too many others, was simply swallowed by the woods. Friends, the world is a strange and often hostile place. And until we open our minds to understand that not everything is explainable, that not everything in the woods is friendly, these disappearances will continue. Think about these 3 people: Warren Meyer, Jeff Stombaugh, and Bert Aldridge. Their lives ended or paused under circumstances that officialdom cannot or will not explain. Be nice to your fellow man. Greet people with a smile. Be a good person. But when you step into the wilderness, look up at the lights and remember the granite beneath your feet. If you can, please share this video. If you haven't seen the trailer for Missing 411, the UFO Connection, it's free to watch. Please share that as well. Until next time, this is David Paulides signing off from Unsolved Void.